Good day, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, welcome to the HODLNOTS Weekly Warm-Up. I'm John,
I'm Vicky.
and welcome to the news at 9 a.m. UTC, where it's currently 7 p.m. in Sydney. And let's get on with the crypto news from the last couple of days.
Yes, so we have talked about XRP quite a lot on these calls, and they are in the news again because the SEC grants then halts approval for a crypto ETF with XRP. So the SEC was set to deliberate on 25 July whether to approve an XRP ETF. If approved, it could trigger significant institutional demand for XRP. And we're monitoring the situation closely and we'll bring you any updates as this story unfolds because it could mean that XRP might take a little bit of a up cycle. So we'll let you know.
All right, moving on to other things with up cycles and sideways cycles. Bitcoin has taken a bit of a backseat for the moment, which is okay as investors rotate capital to the Ethereum side of things and altcoins. Woohoo! Even though Bitcoin has surged to nearly 120,000 again, the crypto market is witnessing early signs of a brewing altcoin season. Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin for the moment, a sign that investors are beginning to rotate capital from the latter to the former. BNB has hit an all-time high, a new one of at least $860, where ETFs for Ethereum saw nearly $1.4 billion inflowing, eclipsing obviously Bitcoin's ETFs 59 million in the same period. During this time, the meme coin market has soared as well. More on that in a little bit as well. But a continuation of the current market trend could lead to a full-blown alt season where Bitcoin stalls sideways. That's okay. And altcoins take off. And what do we want to watch for this? Bitcoin dominance. More on that in a bit, Vicky.
Exactly. And actually over to Bitcoin now, as we talk about this a lot as well, but 35 companies now hold at least 1,000 Bitcoins as corporate adoption booms. So corporate adoption of Bitcoin is accelerating with at least 35 publicly traded companies now holding at least 1,000 Bitcoin each, signaling growing institutional interest in the world's largest cryptocurrency. Demand for Bitcoin seems to be soaring among public companies 4 months after President Donald Trump's executive order outlined the creation of that federal Bitcoin reserve for the world's largest economy. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more than 35 in the coming months as well.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Global crypto adoption. A lot of companies want Bitcoin on their balance sheets. Exciting things. Now, heading over to Europe and specifically the UK. We thought we'd bring you this story because we have a lot of our students and our friends within the UK market. Is that the UK crypto hopes are stalling, but there are encouraging signs brewing. The crypto industry in the UK is pushing for the government to change the rules of the road, and it may just be working. Despite promises from past prime ministers to turn the UK into a crypto hub, the UK is still cautious about regulating the crypto industry. So we're starting to see some developments on that side, and hopefully some of the exchanges will start to open up again like it used to be. And with countries like the US starting with their new bills and stuff that we have covered in the past. As things are starting to progress there, we'll start to see it flow into Europe and globally around crypto adoption, especially regulation, and it should open up some more exchanges again for our friends in the UK. So more on that story as things develop, and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, and I think the US is actually leading the charge at the moment with
Mm.
all that. So hopefully other countries will follow because another story has come out of the US just recently about Divine Research. So Divine Research issues an unbacked crypto loans using Sam Altman's World ID. So World ID for us as we know it is that WLD that we trade. And it's not Wildcoin, it's a world coin. So, San Francisco based lender Divine Research has issued around 30,000 unbacked short term crypto loans since December. So, they use the open AI Sam Altman's iris scanning platform World ID to verify borrowers. So Divine offers loans of under $1,000 in USDC, mainly to overseas borrowers who are underserved by the traditional finance. So they're really using it as crypto was made to be used. It uses World ID to ensure users cannot open multiple accounts after defaulting. So they're loaning to people like high school teachers and fruit vendors, and basically anyone with access to the internet can get access to their funds. So, like I said, that is what crypto is all about. So they are giving back to people who the traditional financial institutions just will not support. So that's good to see.
It's a bit wild. I mean, world.
It's,
All right. Focusing on other things that have been wild, and that is, and as mentioned, meme coins. Now, there are a bunch of them all over the show, and they've been doing well. And we've got two stories still to come around this. And one of the biggest ironies, and almost a little bit of a slap back at the meme coins that have been building on Solana. And this is the story here. Solana co-founder calls meme coins and NFTs digital slop in a heated debate. And this is with Pollock out on one of the other chains as well. And so I don't know if you guys know Anatoly Yakovenko. He has ignited criticism from the crypto community by likening meme coins to loot boxes in mobile games. Now, for those of you who don't know, Apple, as example, they've got a lot of free-to-play games where you can get free points and other things in these loot boxes, and it doesn't really add value, which is ironic because look at Apple's turnaround, and if it wasn't for things like these free editions, Apple wouldn't be doing well. And the fact is that Solana has so many meme coins. Mhm. He says, I've said this for years. Meme coins and NFTs are digital slop and have no intrinsic value, which is ironic. This is a post he said on Sunday. According to Solana-focused infrastructure firm Syndicate, meme coins have accounted for 62% of Solana Network's decentralized app revenue in June, a new all-time high. So if it wasn't for all of these meme coins and NFTs built on the Solana chain, Solana really wouldn't have much use case. No, I'm joking. That's not entirely true, but they wouldn't be doing so well if it wasn't for this meme coin craze. Now, we do trade a lot of these meme coins, especially on from scalping point of view and hodl firing point of view. We don't care so much about them, but they are doing well, and meme coins are here to stay. And there's a resurgence, by the way, in NFTs as well. More on that in another story next week as well. Vicky.
Yeah, and to get away from that as well and back into the adoption just for a moment. And this is really interesting. We've been talking a lot about real estate and crypto, and this is another real estate story. So crypto hits the mansion market, and over 1 billion in luxury homes now open to digital deals. What that means is luxury real estate broker Christie's, who everyone should know, Christie's is worldwide. They have an international real estate arm, and they've launched a new division that focuses on cryptocurrency transactions only. So the new division will focus only on cryptocurrency and becomes the first major US firm to assemble a dedicated team for crypto-based home sales. This unit handles deals involving digital assets exclusively, bypassing traditional banking systems entirely. So it was formed after several successful transactions, including a significant $65 million purchase in Beverly Hills. So every week we see more and more and more adoption, and this is here to stay, and Solana is here to stay as well. Don't you worry about that.
Absolutely. It's as we've spoken about and mentioned on this call a number of times. We know that a lot of the mortgages and stuff are going to be end up being supplemented by crypto-backed loans as well. So that's interesting, and we'll start to see that globally as well. We're seeing a lot of shifts in regulations and adoption. So, ladies and gents, we're still very much early days. Now, to close off one of our last headlines, going back to the meme coins, and we thought we'd pay tribute to the late great Ozzy Osbourne as well as the Hulk Hogan, not the Hulk, all right? Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea. So, and this is going back to meme coins and talking about, we know that a lot of these are not long-term holds, long-term projects, but with the kind of the focus on memes and the almost a recognition of the lives that have been lived through a weird kind of tribute, as in with the meme coins. So Hulk Hogan, Aussie meme coins have soared as the tributes roll in over these icons' deaths. Terry Bollea, better known as Hulk Hogan, passed away on Thursday at the age of 71. Sorry, at the age of, excuse me, yeah, at the age of 71. And Ozzy Osbourne last week as well, at the age of 76. Both I wouldn't say their tokens, but two tokens that have been developed in recognition over them. One of them was a wrapped Ethereum version of Hulk. It rose 122,000%, according to data from Dex Tools. And it was only created a short time before it did start to fly. At the same time, coins trying to use Ozzy Osbourne's likeness have also popped up, but one of them being the tribute coin, the Madman Ozzy was the ticker OZZY, pumping over 16,800% and hitting a market cap of $3.85 million. And it just goes to show that you can create a meme coin about almost anything. Maybe we should create one for this weekly warm up as well and see how it does. But meme coins are here to stay, and long live Aussie and the Hulk Hogan. All right, moving on from the crypto news. What we're going to do very quickly, ladies and gents, we're not going to be doing any new dance moves this week. All right. We feel that Vicky was putting too many muscles doing all these things. But do you remember any of those dance moves or the dances that Vicky was replicating over the last couple of weeks? Name three very quickly in the Q&A section, and you guys have another 4 minutes to do this. Name any three of the dances or dance moves. Well, no, dances, not dance moves, because that's questionable. Any of those dances that Vicky was replicating, there she's doing all of them. Pop them in there for 30-day HODL fire. That's it. You've got 4 minutes in which to do this. But for now, let's head over to the Fear and Greed Index and what it shows us.
I got it this time. First time. Okay. So the fear and greed index has actually really stayed still. So it's up to 75 from last week's 74, showing really traders are still very positive about the market, but not being silly with this current run, which is great news for us. So it's really short and sweet with the greed and fear index because it hasn't changed much from last week at all.
Absolutely. I'm seeing some of these answers coming in very quickly.
Yeah.
Good. You have to name three, not just one at a time. Name three, please. And we're watching you guys.
Three.
Yes, there was that one. And there was that one. Yes, I see those as well. But what were they? All right. Pop them three different styles. Or not styles, but there was this song and it was or this kind of dance. It was this kind of dance. There are at least five. We're only wanting three. Let's see how many of you have been paying attention. Pop it in there for a 30-day HODL fire. You can do it. Let's go. All right, speaking about let's going, let's have a quick look at the Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance charts for this week. All right. I'm not going to try prophesize, but I'm going to have a quick look. And this is all Bitcoin on the day chart at the moment. Week before last, we said head was going to go sideways and actually managed to find some good support and pop out and break and reach that all-time high. Currently going sideways, as a matter of fact. And I kind of believe that give it a day or two or three, I think it'll go sideways. And I think we may see a little run up and towards that high of 120,000, 3,000 plus. Having a look here quickly. And if you guys are just using the HODL Fire, you're more than welcome to have a look at this. Currently, there is a pivot bottom, but there is no buy tag at this time for Bitcoin. Now, let's have a look at. So again, this is just going to go sideways, as we understand it. Those of you who have the HODLNOTS indicator, you can see where the support areas are and what the current trend is. But we need to see it pop up and over a couple of things. Bitcoin dominance, called it. I told you it was going to come down. It came down. It has found some support. Trying on the lower time frames to make a little bit of a comeback. At the moment, it's sitting there at 60.83%. It needs to break below 60.43. That temporary pivot will disappear. And we're waiting, hoping that it's going to break down below that 60% psychological barrier. And if it does, ladies and gents, as we said, Ethereum and all those altcoins are really going to run. So we're looking forward to that. Keep an eye on that. I've got a side alert set for just below 60%. I think it's at about 59.98 to 99. And then keep an eye because there are altcoins running left, right, and center. All right. Where's Vicky? All right. Good stuff. And let's see if
Dancing.
any. Yep. Let's have a quick look. Sure, let's have a look. Okay, can I only remember two? Can there's three, there's three, there's three. Woo-wee! All right, Vix. What are we gonna do? These people were paying attention.
Well, I'm going to tell them all about what's in the lodge, and then we'll tell them who won because I love the answers coming in. And they're quite funny, actually. I actually thought it would be Le Danse de Poulet, not Le Danse de Canard, but please correct me if I'm wrong with that one. But anyway, so in the lodge. So we do have a few people that are not in our lodge, and just to let them know what our lodge is quickly, if you do the HODLNOTS course, you graduate and you go into two rooms, one called the den, one called the lodge. And the lodge is our permanent training room. So every week in the lodge, we have some calls. And this week, this kicks off on Tuesday with Wendy's normal training and trading call at 8 a.m. UTC. So that's Tuesday. And Wendy will answer questions. You can jump on. She'll trade with you. She'll train with you. It's your call. So ask her any questions that you like. And if you'd like to trade, just trade as well. Then the week also continues on Tuesday with the first of our weekly self-paced calls. So we have a self-paced course at HODLNOTS, and we actually have quite a few older, I hate older previous, what was the word, HODLNOTS, that are redoing the course
Yes.
basically. So they've done the course before, they're redoing it just to get an update. So the first of our self-paced call is on Tuesday at 12 p.m. UTC, and those are always a lot of fun to jump on. And then the week continues on Wednesday with the first of our HODL dot calls at 8 p.m. UTC. Now, again, for those who are not HODLNOTS, our HODL dots calls are part of the 3M challenge, which is our Minute Money Masters. And once you graduate a course, you can apply to be in the Minute Money Masters, where you do trade after trade after trade after trade and take your portfolio from $40 all the way up to 2,500, which is a 6,150% gain. And after that, really what we want to see is a really good trader. You will do thousands of trades and you'll be a great trader once you're done with that. Anyway, we have two calls a week for that. The first is Wednesday at 8 p.m. UTC. And then that is followed for everyone that has the HODL Fire call, and one lucky member actually will win the HODL Fire call today. So you can be on that call. That is on 9 p.m. UTC on Wednesday this week. It does vary. So this is the 9 p.m. UTC call. And then a busy week continues, and the second of our 3M Challenge HODL calls is Thursday at 8 a.m. UTC. That's followed by the second weekly call for the self-paced course, which is at 12 p.m. UTC as well. And then also, just as a side note, our live HODLNOTS course officially starts this week. Hi, everyone on the call that's on the course. And that's a great it's actually great because in 2 weeks we're going to have new members join our community, which is always fantastic. So we'll have new members joining to join in the fun. And then, of course, every week we have the long-term trade report call that Marius does at Thursday at 10 p.m. UTC. And that's always a great call if you're a member to join to see which coins will be running long-term so you can trade them on the shorter time frames on the way up. And that's all there is for the lodge today or this week.
I was just having a look at the French. I mean, I don't speak French. My Chinese is better than anything. But yeah, okay, it's interesting. They're talking about ducks versus chickens. We've got some great
Ah.
entrants here. I think are we going to drop that winner in the large versus I think there are a couple of people on this call who could be in the running who might not be in the large. We obviously want to get you all in there. I kind of feel we should get everybody. Everybody who entered at least made the effort. But I think, Vicky, you run the show on that. You'll decide. Yeah, so lots going on in this week. And yeah, we're looking forward to. We've got our very first call with our live foundational trading course students happening in the next 40 minutes that we'll get in the HODL indicator today. We're very excited for that and for them as well. Now, in terms of the week ahead, Vicky, what is our inspirational thought?
Well, it's going to be on the same vein as lots of money. Everyone's making money. So if you're not making money, though, and if you have to borrow money, always borrow from pessimists. They'll never expect it back.
Yeah, I'll know a few of those, but I don't know if they would ever lend me money. But anyway, we'll have a look and see there. But good points. Having a look at that, and I think I'm just quickly just getting these screenshots, and then I think we're going to close out. And thank you to the anonymous attendee who shared that link with us. I think we'll share that with that for closing remarks. To Jen, thank you. Yes, the OGs, definitely. Previous takers known as the OGs. Okay, thanks, Daphne. We presume it was you. Until next
Archie.
week, ladies and gents, we'd like to share this as a reminder of what all you missed out on until that time. See you soon.
C'est la danse des canards qui en sortant de la mare se secouent le bas des rames et font coin coin. Faites comme les petits canards et pour que tout le monde se marre, remuez du popotin en faisant coin.